Hi, welcome to day 3. Today we are going to learn about the variables, if conditions, and activating different sheets from the VBA itself based on the user input. So, what is variables? We can just search VBA variables. Let me take the first result. So variables are used in almost all computer program and VBA is no different. It's good practice to declare a variable at the beginning of the procedure. It's not necessary, but it helps to identify the nature of the content like text, data, numbers, etc. So those theoretical things you can read at a later stage. So in VBA, we have different types of variables. Now, what purpose is the variable? Variable used to store a data from the user or within VBA generated one. So suppose I want to store a number, I can use these numerical data types, any of them, but it's important that which one we choose here. So these are the type. Suppose I want to just store a small number, I can use byte or integer because it will take small part of the memory. If I'm using long, it takes 4 bytes of the memory. So what is the difference is, suppose I'm dealing with a data of 50,000 rows and instead of integer, I'm using long, then it will take 2 times of integer memory and the computer will become very slow. So it's important which type we are using. Don't get confused. We are not going to use all of this in the beginning. At later stage, we may have to. So in the beginning, we will use only the integer, which is able to store up to 32,000 number, means 32,767 is the value. And we will use string. This is also up to 65,000 characters it can store. So these are the main two items we will be using in the beginning, and the other items we will learn at a later stage. Now that's about the variables and the if conditions. Now if conditions are used to find a specific condition is satisfied or not. Before that, let me see what we are going to build at the end today. So once you click here, it's asking, do you want to learn VBA? If you press yes, you can see from sheet 1 we move to sheet 2 and it's a predefined text. Let me go back. Now if I click no, we move to sheet 3 from sheet 1. So based on the user input, the VBA moving the active sheet to a different sheet. This is what we are going to learn at the end. So let's begin with a new sheet. First, we need to learn if condition as a formula. We can write if condition as a formula here in the sheet, or we can write it in the VBA also. Both are used for different purpose. So those who doesn't know how to write if condition within the cells, for them, I'm just showing how we can do it. So let's imagine subject, which is maths, then mark. So pass mark is 40. If anyone have 40, then only it will be passed. Then fail. Let's start with good ones. Pass or fail. Now you can see the person have 50 mark. Now we want to write whether the person is passed or failed. So instead of typing manually, we can do a condition here where the condition will automatically give the result whether the person is passed or not. For that, we will use the if condition. So equal to if this column greater than greater than or equal to 40. So this is the logical test we are writing first, comma, then it comes value if true. So if it is more than 40, then we need to give pass. See, we are writing a string. Instead of using the word text, now we are going to use the word string only. String is equal to text in VBA. So if value is true, then we will give pass, and always string should be in double quotation, comma. If value is false, means it is less than 40, then we'll give fail. Then let us close the bracket. Now you can see I'll central align. When 50 is there, it is passed. Let me write 35, it become fail. So this is how we are writing if condition within the cells. Now let's see how we can write it in the VBA. Now before that, let me create two more sheets. This is, we can simply write here like to learn VBA, and it doesn't like to learn VBA. So these are the two sheets we have. Now to move between sheets, you can use control page down, page up. That is the shortcut. Now I'll go to developer, I'll insert a button, then I'll create new one. So as we already told, when user click on the button, it shows a message box, right? Let me close the old one. And user select either yes or no. Based on that, the action will be taken. So what user has given the input, whether it is yes or no, we need to store at somewhere, then only we can go through the if condition. So to define a variable in the VBA, we use dimension, and the short is dim, user response as integer, or if you want to get as a string, we can write string. At present I need integer. Why? Because if user is giving a response yes, by default computer will not store it as a text or string, because if you want to store string, it need more memory. So computer always store inside items, because we doesn't know how the computer stores. So computer will always try to store the data in least memory. So instead of storing yes, computer will store it as a number. So number need least memory. So user response we have defined. We have another definition type like private, public, which we will learn at a later stage. Now user response is equal to, then we will show a message box. So far we have written message box like this, right? Now onwards we will be writing message box within a bracket. Why? Because in Excel or in VBA, everything will be within the bracket. As you can see here, after the if condition, there is a bracket and bracket closing. Even if you write equal to max, again we are storing within the bracket, right? So we'll practice with the same coding method for everything. So message box in the bracket we started, and the prompt, are you interested to learn VBA? That is the text we want to display. Then VB yes or no, which we learned yesterday, plus we want VB question, and let's ignore the title at present, and we close the bracket. Now what happened? If I click, you can see the message. If I click yes, then the user response will be stored, because we are saying here equal to, whatever the result comes from this area will be stored here. So if I click yes, then user response become yes. If I click no, then user response become no. Now I am writing the if condition. If user response is equal to VBS. As I told you, we are writing everything in with VB as a prefix. And why we cannot write yes? As I told you, VB will not store the data as a string, it will store as an integer, and I don't know the value, what value corresponding to the word yes. It is basically 6, but let's see that one first. MSG box user, let me copy. Now as you see, if I click on yes, 6 is the value as a correspondence to the yes, and if I click no, it will be 7, I think. Yes, 7 is the value we be storing in correspondence to the no. So we don't have to remember those numbers. Instead, if user response equal to VB yes, then so the condition is if this is the condition we have written, then what to do? We want to go to sheet 2, right? So I will write, I just press a tab so that the codes will not get mixed. We can write anywhere, that's not an issue. Sheet 2 dot activate, then end if. If we start if, we need to say the computer that here it's over. Like here we start a sub with initiates button click, and here we closed with end sub. Similarly, here we start if and we are saying here it ends. Now let's see what happened. If I click on button and yes, it goes to sheet 2. Now if I click no, it will not happen anything because we have not written anything. I think just you can pause and complete what should we write in case of it is no. I hope you have done it. If user response equal to VB no, then sheet 3 dot activate, end if. Now let's see, if we press no, we move to sheet 3. So we have completed if else statement and activating different, no, we have completed the second one and the fourth one, activating different sheets. If else statement we have yet to look. Now instead of writing 2 times, I can mix it in 1. So what I need to do, I'll delete this code. So here we ask whether this condition is true or not. If true, then this is to be done. Now I will write else, which means if this is not true, then sheet 3 dot activate. So we have removed 3 to 4 lines and instead we just added here. So we don't need 2 if conditions. Instead we are completing both tasks from one if condition itself. So if it is true, do it, else do this one. Now let's see how it works. If I click no, I have moved to sheet 3. If I click yes, I have moved to sheet 2. So that's all about today, and we will learn more about the loops, how Excel is able to work continuously without user interference. We will talk about it by tomorrow. Thank you.